Talk more about President Trump's address to the joint session of Congress last night. How's it going to play with the American public? How's it going to play on Capitol Hill? Dr. Matt Corrigan from UNF here this morning. Not a ton of policy specifics, but he seemed to have smoothed his rough edges, soothed congressional Republicans, and reached out to a population that he's alienated in the past.
Yeah, it was a restrained speech for Trump. Trump usually puts on a big show, yelling and all that, and none of that was there. And you know, that moment when you go in front of Congress for, you know, before the entire Congress and really before the entire nation is really the time you become president. And yeah, he passed that test last night. Now, lots of problems in terms of policy details, you know, increases in spending across the board, not a lot of specifics on how he's going to do that.
Yeah, and not a real path to health care reform either.
Right, and I think that's a political mistake to go after health care reform. You can talk about the policy details. I'm just talking about the politics. No one has ever gotten a lot of credit for trying to do anything with the health care system, even if it works. You can see, really, you could argue President Obama lost Congress in 2010 because of Obamacare. So you don't get a lot of credit for doing health care, and I really think that's probably a strategic mistake to go after that in such a public way.
But most of what he said seemed to have resonated with his base. But the question goes, the question that has to be asked is, does it go beyond that? And judging by the reaction from Democrats and independents on the floor, he still has work cut out for him.
You know, it used to be these speeches really vaulted you and really helped you with with Congress. And that really is not the case anymore. He probably helped himself with the Republican Congress last night, but Democrats are really solidified in their opposition, just as Republicans were to Obama. And so again, you run up against those 60 votes in the Senate that you need for most things to pass, where you're going to see a lot of conflict coming up.
Certainly the most poignant moment seemed to be when he personally addressed the wife of the Navy SEAL who was killed in Yemen.
Sure, a powerful moment, you know, one that yeah, I think people can look at and say, look at the sacrifice that was given by this Navy SEAL, and that's definitely the most memorable moment from the night. And again, Trump trying to go forward with that gives him some of the tools to be president.
Let's talk about what he has to do going forward. Any momentum he gained last night, what's he have to capitalize on?
Again, trying to figure out Congress, maybe staying off Twitter, and you know, with again this unusual approach to being president, you know, we're all getting used to it. He surprised everybody by becoming president, and he's surprising everyone by being president. And again, seeing him last night was the first time I think people really said, well, you know, he's president now, and moving forward. And so. But really, his relationship with Congress is the most important thing. Probably didn't help himself with Democrats last night, probably helped himself with Republicans. It'll be interesting to see if his tone remains restrained. You know, that's really one of the major criticisms is, you know, especially with people from different ethnic backgrounds and different backgrounds that he's had problems connecting with and made outlandish statements. Does he continue that restrained approach?
Time will tell. Matt Corrigan, thank you for a